What's up, everybody? It's Kevin from 5 Stitches. Hope everybody's doing all right. We're trying to get a little bit more onto YouTube here. So I teased a video a couple weeks ago about working on a welding cart made out of a cabinet from a buddy of mine that I got. And I have all the video of all the content for it. I just do not have the time right now to put it all together. And things have been going kind of crazy. So we met so many awesome people at the World of Wheels this last weekend when we were there. And everybody was asking if we're on YouTube. I mean, it's been one of my things that I've been trying to do from a business standpoint, is trying to get more onto YouTube. It's just, I don't know how to do it. There's so much content, and to try and find so much time to do all this stuff and then put it all together and put it out, it can be very overwhelming. So instead of trying to do more videos, I thought to myself, instead of trying to do more videos where I'm just doing time lapses of me working at extremely high speeds, which is sometimes what happens, I figured maybe we'll start doing more videos where I just kind of go up and do this on YouTube. So see where this goes. It's a lot easier. It kind of brings everybody up to speed on where things work, because I hate putting a video out there and then like 6 months later it's like, oh, by the way, I did this. So I'm going to try and be more active about that. Trying to throw more stuff out there to get it going. Yeah, so this is kind of what we're doing. So this welding cart started as a cabinet that I got. It had some higher casters on there. It was a Eurocraft. It was really nice, you know, kind of like a machinist style cabinet. Had a wood top to it, and a buddy of mine was selling it, and I said, I will take it off your hands. And so I had this idea for this welding cart, and kind of drew something together, kind of threw it all in my mind of what I wanted to have on there. I wanted to have my tanks in the back. I wanted a fixture plate on top, my MIG and my TIG on both sides. Wanted it still on wheels so I could roll it around. But I wanted to have it at a height where I could work at that was easy. Maybe like a debris tray or something later. Or I thought about putting like a fan to suck, you know, if I'm sanding on here, I can start using it as a sanding surface, sucking sand out of it and filtering it somewhere. But it's just kind of, space is a constraint at this point. But so this drawing sketch turned into this here. So as you can see, we've got the cart on the bottom here. I've got my MIG. I kind of Frankenstein and used the old racks that they came on, the old style, you know, just standard welding dollies. Hacked those up a little bit and like welded them. There's a 1x1 square frame underneath the entire cabinet that I welded in. Kind of see it at the bottom here, but I'll show some videos or posts on it. But it kind of goes along the back in like a pie shape, and then there's a floor in the back there with 4 pockets for each of the tanks to sit in. And I'll show that when I bring the camera over. But I got the TIG on the other side, same thing. It just was the old wheel around dolly. Hacked that up, made it, kind of put it at the height where I want it, and then built a frame to kind of elevate these 2 fixture tables that I got. I picked these up from Menards. They were given away for like $100 or something like that, and they came with legs and like a wire like shelf underneath. And so I was like, these are perfect because I don't need anything fancy. I just need something that I can clamp to, that I know is flat, and also that I can run the torch on, and something that I can hopefully get a decent fixture block set where I can start welding stuff up for what I need to do, just to fabricate things together. Nothing too extreme, but they were perfect. So I got both of these, built my table, and as I'm building the rack, I knew I wanted to kind of have it sit so I can kind of work underneath the table when I'm welding. But then I'm only working on like the first 6 or 8 inches of the surface, because you're not gonna reach over the whole thing to get to it. Sometimes it might be inconvenient. So I came up with an idea. I let it kind of sit for the night. I thought about it, and I came up with an idea for using drawer slides, like heavy duty truck rail style drawer slides, like cabinet drawer slides. So the whole top surface now will extend out, and now if I had to work surface, something that I wanted to get from 3 sides, I can now at least get to what I'm working on 3 sides. It's still, you can hear it even tinning. It's not the greatest, but it's gonna do exactly what I want it to do. And it was $100 for this, and if I need to, I could put another plate on top of that and drill holes, and now I've got a subframe for that in the future. It's fine for what I need for right now. But yeah, this comes out. It's 200-pound rated. I'll bring the camera in and show it a little bit, when I get back here. after I'm done explaining it. But there's a little bit of shelf space under here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. You can kind of start seeing the tanks back there. But yeah, so this is great. It's kind of, there's a bunch of shelving. I started to move all my metal shaping stuff and my layout and sketch tools into the drawers, my hammers, all my MIG and TIG stuff down there. There's a whole cabinet here that just needs to be organized. It looks, yeah, it's just a bunch of junk in there now. But yeah, so I'll show you. I'll bring the camera around here. So yeah, so you can see back there, all the tanks are kind of aligned. The frame down there kind of shows a little bit of the corner there, a little bit of a shelf to hold the TIG rod, and all the frames kind of go back there. And then shelf, I just basically cut the shelf. I welded the, everything was already tubed. So this tube was welded to this tube when I had framed everything together. I gusseted it and had it all square. And when I went and I welded the cabinet sides to the rails, got everything square, welded everything together, and then locked the section out, just like chopping a car, right? You know, like when you're gonna brace up before you take the chop. Did the same exact thing, lopped it off, thing slid out, no problem. It's amazing. A little bit of shelf space. I'll eventually do something under there with it. But I mean, it's been absolutely great for the last couple of weeks just to have it. I've done a couple projects on it already. You can already see I've started to burn off some of the coating. I had the 5 stitches trailer in here, and I had to bend back one of the front tongue. It's only like 16 gauge steel, or maybe even probably, I doubt it's even 14, but maybe it was C-channeled frame, and it was kind of torqued. And so I had to heat it up on here, and it just melted through the coating on there. But that was going to happen. But it's been great. I know the only thing that sucks about it now is if I have to work on something where like the welder really needs to get into a tight space, I got to drag this whole thing with it. But it's a small shop, so like not going that far. But it'll do what it is for right now. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But it has turned into kind of another workspace for me to just put more junk, which leads me to the next project I'm going to start working on. And it's going to be the bead roller here. And so, yeah, I'm going to kind of make this thing, bulletproof for me in terms of taking it to shows and having it kind of mobile. So at the World of Wheels, this thing was awesome. And this Bailegh has been amazing. I'm not promoted by them, not paid by them. I've worked with them, I've gone to their classes, but this thing, I wish I put an odometer on here. Like when I bought it, like I put like a little odometer wheel to just see how many miles you rolled out. It's not that it matters, but it's like, it's just a little Easter egg that would be funny, maybe I'll do that now and just kind of remark in history, or something like that. But the machine is awesome, but it's really heavy. This is probably too big of a machine to be even bringing to shows to kind of set up. It's far beyond the means of what I'm going to be showing people what I'm doing or demonstrating. I probably only need a 24, if that. I like it to be motorized because it just makes things more easy. It's just easier to get one thing than hand cranking and teaching somebody how to do that at one time versus just a pedal and using your two hands. So, but for the time being, this is what we have. And so I got to make it a little bit easier for me to get to and from and in and out of the trailer. And so, it's got these casters and like wheels on it right now, and a little frame that came with it. It works perfect, but going up and down the trailer, it low point, it frames out on the pitch. I'd have to get a much longer ramp to like be able to get a nice smooth transition for this thing. So I'm gonna put and it's also, the wheel spacing on it is really tight. So like there's not a lot of room for play where like the trailer, the front wheels are inset from the outside wheels on the back. So you're playing with two, the wheels aren't that wide, but you're playing with this much of space on a 2x6. It just doesn't work out. So some slight improvements need to be done in that area. I also want to kind of mock everything up and make this so that it's kind of ready to go, like show ready. There's some 5 stitches changes that I want to make, including like moving my light around. I'd like to make my table go up and down easier than having to take it all off. I want to try and maybe tilt this. I think right now it's just sitting odd and over time maybe it has, or I haven't shimmed it up, but I've noticed it's kind of tilting forward. So I want to get back that to square. I want to be able to hang all of my dies in an accessible spot because we're running out of accessible wall space. So those need to start going back on the stand. So I'm going to do something cool with this, probably have all my dies on there, kind of maybe, you know, secured, but like not so that they'll just like, I still want to make it mobile. So maybe they're cotter pinned in place or something. I don't know. But I want to kind of make this easy to have, you know, for shows, maybe even have stuff adding on where I have little pockets for panels that are already kind of ready to go, so I can have just somebody right there. I don't know. But that's what the next project in 5 Stitches is going to be. Personal project. We'll do something cool with the foot pedal. Right now it's just sitting on an I-beam, like a 6-inch tall I-beam, to get it at the right height. But you know, I'm thinking maybe like one of the Bigfoot gas pedals or something. I want to put some advertising stuff on the back. I'll probably do a bead rolled panel or something. But it actually worked really nice on the back to have just space for some of the artwork and some of the magnets we were selling at the show, because it's, you know, this is the business side of the machine, but the back is kind of empty. There's no logo on the back, so it just looks very, very plain. But I used our logo and some magnets and everything to stick to the back of it, so that at least kind of drew people to the machine and didn't make it look so out of place. But probably do something on the back there, make some custom panels. Like I said, I want to add a light. I love this light, but it's in the worst spot possible based on what it is. Like, I want the light to go underneath the table and like come up and have the ability to kind of like extend, so I can roll a panel around but still like get in and up and over. I don't want it up here anymore. Like, it just gets in the way of the handle, and like it's now in the eye view of like if I'm talking to somebody at a show now or teaching somebody. So make some changes there, make it more accessible to get up and down the trailer. Kind of spruce it up a little bit, show it some love. This thing's been great, so it deserves a customization in the old shop. So yeah, so that's a new that's the latest update. I'll try to be consistent about where I am with this. I'll probably start drawing up my sketches after this, and going from there. I'm going to try and get more onto YouTube here. I think that's probably where our path will lead us, and try and grow what the business is. I had a lot of really good interactions with people this last weekend, and you know, taught a lot of kids and a lot of adults just what this machine did, and it was really, really cool and very rewarding, and kind of the direction that I'd like to go with the business in the long term, in terms of kind of showing people that it's not daunting. Any of this stuff it's not daunting. It's just about time. It's about putting the time in and practice, and eventually, you know, if you want to be a guitarist, what do? You practice, and over time you should become a pretty good guitarist. But not, you know, kind of taking, you know, it away from the fact that like you can do this. You don't have to be. It's not overwhelming. And if you try enough, you're gonna get good at it. And that was very humbling to kind of hear people's reaction at World of Wheels, because that was the first time I'd ever done anything like that. And so that was really cool to know, you know, that you know, all the time spent and all the hard work is paying off. It's showing, and it means a lot. So yeah, we're gonna try and get more on here, see what we can do. But thank you again, guys, and we'll try and keep you updated. 5 Stitches out.